Your future is bachelorless.
Do you mean snatchless?
I hope so. I wouldn't know what to do. Oh, talk about scary movies. Keep it away from my face.
Romance is in the air on RuPaul's Drag Race. Or is that just the smell of the lip sync robe Nina's been wearing for like 3 episodes now? I'm Anna Rumor with Pop Culture.
And I'm Nick Valdez from Comic Book.
And this is Social Call, where we offer our unfiltered opinions about RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 9. We are getting into the Snatch Game of Love this week, or should I call it a tale of 2 Liberaces? Now, Nick, what did you think about us upping the Liberace content by 200% in an hour this week?
How did we go from 0 Liberaces in like the 30 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race history to like 200 Liberaces in the same episode? How did we do this? It feels like a lot, right?
And why didn't we have them play each other in Snatch Game? That would have been so much fun. We shouldn't have separated them. I thought they were both pretty good. So let's talk about the best performances, and let's start with Chanel and Nina West both playing Liberace. Now, they obviously had very kind of different approaches to this. Chanel was giving Bradley Cooper in Maestro. We had the prosthetic nose. We were giving theater. And then Nina West was giving like a goofy, true Snatch Game performance. Who came out on top for you?
It was Nina, by far. That Broadway star talent really came through. And this is the Nina we've been waiting for, right? And this is the Nina the other queens had been worried about. As you've noticed through the rest of the season, everyone's like, oh, Nina's gonna kill it in like the acting and comedy challenges. And this is why. Like, Nina was just ready. And Chanel, she's never played Snatch Game before. She did bring a nose. She did try. It was very well done, but we're not looking for a real Liberace here.
I do have to say, she was very clever. Like, she had a little clever quip for everything. I think if there was not another Liberace literally in the same episode, we would have thought that she did a really good job. And I don't think she did a bad job, but it was just, you know, Nina's was a little bit more Snatch Gamey. Like you said, it was more over the top, it was more campy. It made me laugh every time she was talking, and I think that's where she came out on top for me. Did you have any other standouts though? Because for me, honestly, 𝐿𝐥𝐸 as Marla Gibbs was better than both Liberaces altogether. She was killing me. She was so funny.
Yeah, 𝐿𝐥𝐸 is so effortlessly funny, right? And even if you didn't know Marla Gibbs, like that's kind of the trick with Snatch Game. It's just kind of like be yourself, just exaggerated. Just be somebody. And it's the same with 𝐿𝐥𝐸, who did like Hal, the dog who played Lassie, which was like sort of like a I don't know, back contortion kind of character, like getting their logic, but she turned her into like this old Hollywood actress who's out on the town, and it just came up roses. Like, I loved it. I loved them both. Like, we got some very good Snatch Game this time.
I do have to say, so the prosthetic for Pal was unbelievable, like unclockable. She truly looked like a dog, and I really thought that she did a good job, but I also, can we return to real characters, real people for a Snatch Game? I feel like it's a little bit of a cop-out to play something like a dog, or like Satan, or all the things that we've seen in the past. I'm like, there's nothing to compare that to, because it's nothing. It's fine, but let's just maybe go back to reality a little bit.
I mean, let's go back to Liberaces, right? Like,
yeah. Everyone plays Liberaces. Oops, all Liberaces next time. Honestly, though, that would be better than some of the worst performances that we had this week. Okay, we gotta go in. Obviously, I think we both have the same worst ones. Georgish as John Leguizamo, horrible, right?
Yeah, as John Leguizamo, as George is putting it.
How dare she make me question myself for a moment, but wild to do such a bad job portraying a character in a movie that RuPaul is in.
Yeah, if you're gonna do Tu Wong Fu, you gotta do it. You gotta do your research. Like, didn't even have like the curly hair 𝐿𝐥𝐸 was famous for. Just nothing. Just it was a lot of spice, a lot of spicy jokes. Call them jokes, I guess.
Jokes,
it was It was a lot of
Ooh,
it.
I would
and it
dance
just,
for you.
yeah.
Doing the Macarena where no one can see it. So funny, but not on purpose.
Yeah, it was we're close to cringe. Like, we don't talk about that on RuPaul. We do not do cringe on Drag Race, but that was right there.
That was right there. And another cringe was Plastique as Ali Wong. When have we not learned that you don't do your close personal friend on Snatch Game? It never turns out well. This was a true disaster.
Oh, if you're gonna do a comedian, at least have some of their jokes. Something. Like, Ali Wong is just kind of like an effortlessly funny person, and that's unfortunately not what Plastique is. Plastique is funny, but not in that same way, right? So
you know what? She's so beautiful though, but it made me happy to watch her struggle. So sorry, Plastique.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, you're a regular person? Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I was getting nervous. Although she had me doubting it once again when we get to the runway. The runway theme is a tail and 2 titties, and she comes out as this fox demon kitsune, a 9-tailed fox demon, and she looks so good.
Yeah, I have no idea how she did that to her face. I don't know. It's so like she painted her face in a way that like didn't look like her at all, but it also looked that cartoony level, that anime level, and it's just. I loved it. Yeah, like, I loved her. I loved 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿's look, because
oh my God.
Yeah, like, it was more the tail, the story, rather than because I guess ponytail, but at that point, I was like, fine, I don't care. Yeah, but just, the arms cutting out the breasts, and it's just in the bag, and you got that bit of gore, but it's beauty, and it's power, and... Oh, and it's spicy.
Drag is so punk rock. Like, the origins are so punk rock. And for me, this is what punk rock is. I mean, she took the theme and she said, actually, you know what? Like, as a trans man, this is my tale of 2 titties. And the top surgery with Swarovski crystals, like, I can't. It was really cool, super powerful. I gasped a little bit when she walked out on the runway. Unreal.
Yeah, it's one of the coolest things we've ever gotten on Drag Race, and it's why 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 is back. Like, she's back, so we get to see these cool looks, like the Scream from last week, this look here, and it's just... It's powerful. It's wow. Like, this is art.
Now, I think the worst look of the night, I think we can both agree on this, just based on logic and having eyes. Nina West walking out as the Galaxy. I hate it. I can't believe the judges like this. This was awful and atrocious.
Nina, I understood the idea, idea, but yikes.
Yeah, we get it. It's just, okay. But the judges, because they wanted Nina and 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 to be in the top 2, they were like, actually, we love it. We think it's good. Okay, whatever. But it's Nina and 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 who end up in the top, lip syncing to Banana. And again, this lip sync was kind of an affront to the senses. What did you think about Nina's finally revealing what's underneath that lip sync robe?
I mean, it was a mercy to all of us to have her do it already so that we don't have to keep waiting to see what was under it. But then also, it's one of those, like, instead of take it off, it's put it back on.
Put it back on, girl, please. We couldn't read what was on each of the reveals. She could barely get each of them off. Like, it was just... It wasn't giving what she thought it was gonna give, and it was embarrassing to watch, honestly.
Yeah, it's one of those performances that's like, oh, Nina, I don't think you're ever gonna get a chance to lip sync again.
Yeah, it's the FCC might have something to say about that. So it's no surprise that 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿 walks away the winner of this lip sync, and she decides to snip Jorgeous, which is kind of an interesting choice. I guess maybe she thought we were going to be doing dancing next week, but she's wrong. Next week we've got firefighter makeovers. We are blessed and highly favored. I can't wait to watch that. Any last thoughts before we let the people go, Nick?
Oh, I'm excited. You know, clearly every episode gives us something. Who knew we'd have 200 Liberaces in one episode? Who knew the makeovers are already next week? I can't wait to see what's next.
It's going to be really interesting, and we love a firefighter, you know? So that's going to be great. Like and subscribe down below. Make sure you don't miss any of our episodes, and then head over to popculture.com for the latest in entertainment news. All right, until next time, see ya.